The letter R holds a prominent place in the English alphabet. It is the 18th letter in the lineup. We use it constantly in both written and spoken English. R is vital for forming words and expressing ourselves. Think about how often you use this letter every day.
The story of R begins thousands of years ago in the dawn of human civilization. Ancient civilizations used pictures and symbols to represent sounds and words. These early forms of writing were not just a means of communication, but also a way to record history, culture, and knowledge.
The Egyptians, with their hieroglyphs, had a symbol that looked like a head. This symbol was more than just a pictogram. It was a crucial part of their complex writing system. This symbol represented the sound R, a sound that was essential in their language and many others that followed. The Phoenicians, known for their trading prowess, developed a simpler alphabet. Their alphabet was revolutionary because it used fewer symbols to represent sounds, making writing more accessible. Their letter for the R sound resembled a head with a slightly different shape. This adaptation made it easier for people to learn and use the alphabet in daily life.
The Greeks borrowed from the Phoenician alphabet, recognizing its efficiency and simplicity. They adapted it to fit their own language and needs. They called their letter rho and wrote it with a curved stroke. This new form of the letter was not only functional, but also aesthetically pleasing.
The Romans, great borrowers of culture, adapted the Greek letter for their own alphabet. They saw the value in the Greek system and made it their own, ensuring its survival through the ages. This is the letter R we still use today. It has traveled through time, evolving with each civilization that adopted it, yet it remains a fundamental part of our written language. Over the centuries, the letter R has undergone transformations in its form. Handwriting styles influenced its appearance. Different printing methods also played a role. The R we see in old manuscripts can look quite different from the R in modern printed books. Despite these visual changes, the basic structure of the letter has remained remarkably consistent. The evolution of R reflects the evolution of writing itself. From chiseled stone to printed pages, R has adapted to new technologies while preserving its essential form.
One of the most intriguing aspects of the letter R is its diverse range of pronunciations. This single letter can sound remarkably different depending on the language, region, and even the individual speaker. In English alone, there are numerous ways to pronounce this seemingly simple letter. The variations can be subtle or quite pronounced, reflecting the rich tapestry of accents and dialects within the language. Think about the difference between the R in red and the R in car. In red, the R is pronounced with a clear, rolling sound that is quite distinct. The first is a clear, rolling sound, while the second is often barely pronounced at all, especially in certain accents. For instance, in some British accents, the R in car is almost silent, giving the word a softer ending. Across different languages, the pronunciation of R varies even more dramatically. Each language brings its own unique twist to this versatile letter. The French R is a guttural sound produced in the back of the throat. This pronunciation can be quite challenging for non-native speakers to master, as it requires a specific technique. The Spanish R can be rolled on the tongue, creating a vibrant, energetic sound. This trilled R is often used in words like pero and caro, adding a rhythmic quality to the language. The German R often sounds harsher and more forceful than its English counterpart. It can be pronounced in the back of the throat, similar to the French R, but with a more pronounced guttural quality. In Japanese, the R sound is quite different from what English speakers are used to. It is often described as a mix between an R and an L sound, creating a unique pronunciation that is distinct to the language. Linguists use phonetic symbols to represent these various R sounds, helping to study and understand the nuances of pronunciation across different languages. This scientific approach allows for a deeper appreciation of the complexity and beauty of human speech. Learning to pronounce the letter R in different languages can be a fascinating journey. It not only enhances one's linguistic skills, but also provides insight into the cultural and historical contexts that shape language. The many pronunciations of R remind us of the incredible diversity of human language. Each variation tells a story of cultural identity, regional influence, and the ever-evolving nature of communication. So, the next time you hear the letter R, take a moment to appreciate its rich tapestry of sounds and the linguistic journey it represents.
In English, the letter R plays a crucial role in grammar and pronunciation. It is the fourth most frequently used letter in the English language. This means that R appears in a vast number of words, from simple everyday terms to complex technical jargon. It is essential for forming plurals, verb tenses, and possessive forms. However, the letter R can also be a source of confusion for English language learners. Its pronunciation can change depending on its position in a word and the surrounding letters. This inconsistency can make R a challenging letter to master.
The letter R has had a significant impact on language and culture. It has inspired countless names, from historical figures like Richard the Lionheart to fictional characters like Romeo and Juliet. The sound of R has been imitated in music and poetry, adding a sense of rhythm and flow. Moreover, the letter R has played a role in shaping our understanding of the world. It appears in words related to science, technology, and the arts. From rocket to robot to Renaissance, R has helped us to name and describe our evolving reality.
The pronunciation of R can vary significantly depending on where you are in the world. Even within the same country, different regions may have their own unique way of pronouncing this letter. These regional variations, known as accents or dialects, are part of what makes language so fascinating and diverse. In the United States, for example, the ER sound is often dropped or softened in words like car and park in some northeastern and southern accents. In contrast, speakers from the Midwest and West Coast tend to pronounce these R sounds more distinctly.
The digital age has brought about new ways of interacting with language, including the letter R. Typewriters, with their mechanical keys, gave R a physical presence that has been somewhat lost in the age of computers and smartphones. Each keystroke on a typewriter was a deliberate act, a physical connection between the writer and the letter. The clack of the keys, the resistance of the mechanical parts, all contributed to a tactile experience that made each letter, including R, feel significant and real. On touchscreens, R is just one of many letters vying for space on a crowded keyboard. The tactile feedback is gone, replaced by the smooth, glassy surface of a screen. Typing R on a touchscreen is a different experience altogether, one that lacks the physicality of its typewriter predecessor. Yet, it is also faster, more efficient, and integrated into a device that does so much more than just type. Despite these changes, R continues to be an essential part of our digital communication. It appears in countless emails, text messages, and social media posts every day. The letter R has adapted to the digital age, finding its place in the rapid-fire world of instant messaging and online communication. It is a testament to the resilience of language and how it evolves with the tools we use. It appears in countless emails, text messages, and social media posts every day. Whether we are typing a quick message to a friend, composing a formal email, or posting on social media, the letter R is there, a constant presence in our digital lives. It is a small but essential part of the way we communicate, a building block of our written language. As language continues to evolve in the digital realm, it will be interesting to see how R adapts and endures. Will it take on new forms or functions? Will it be used in ways we can't yet imagine? One thing is certain, the letter R, like all letters, will continue to be a vital part of our communication, adapting to new technologies and new ways of interacting with the world. The journey from typewriters to touchscreens is just one chapter in the ongoing story of language and technology.
As language continues to evolve, one might wonder about the future of the letter R. Will it remain a vital part of our written and spoken communication? While predicting the future of language is inherently difficult, it seems highly likely that R will continue to play a prominent role. The letter R is deeply ingrained in the English language and in many other languages around the world. Its flexibility and adaptability have ensured its survival over thousands of years. As long as humans are using language to communicate, it seems safe to say that R will be there. From its ancient origins to its modern usage, the letter R has journeyed through time, leaving its mark on language and culture. Its diverse pronunciations, grammatical significance and cultural associations have made it a truly remarkable letter. As we continue to explore the nuances of language, we can appreciate the enduring legacy of the letter R.